The Otherworld Elevator. Chapter 1, B1. The Castle Floor. John had always believed that the moment he graduated from college, his life would finally begin. Instead, it ended, quietly in an elevator. He woke up to the sound of humming. Not the distant hum of traffic or an air conditioner, but something tighter, enclosed, metal vibrating around him. John opened his eyes and found himself standing upright, his back pressed against a cold steel wall. An elevator, a narrow one. No mirrors, no advertisements, no floor indicator. Just three things on the control panel in front of him. An up button, a down button, and a dark, unresponsive touchscreen. His heart skipped. "I don't remember getting in here," he muttered. The last thing he remembered was falling asleep in his apartment. Boxes still half-packed from moving out, graduation photos leaning against the wall. No drinking, no medication, no reason to black out. Yet here he was. John pressed the touch screen. Nothing. No vibration, no light. A thin layer of panic crawled up his spine. He swallowed hard, wiped his sweaty palm on his jeans, and hesitated before pressing the down button. The elevator jolted. Then, ding! The doors slid open. Stone. That was the first thing he noticed. Grey stone walls, tall and ancient, illuminated by flickering torchlight. The smell of dust, iron and old smoke filled the air. Beyond the elevator doors stretched a vast hallway, its ceiling lost in shadow. This was not a basement. This was not modern. "This has to be a dream," John whispered. He stepped out. The moment both of his feet touched the stone floor, he instinctively turned back. The elevator was still there. The doors remained open, silent and unmoving, like a wound carved into reality. John waited. 10 seconds, 30. The doors did not close. Even stranger, down the hall movement stirred. Two figures emerged from the shadows, men wearing full medieval armor. Chainmail glinted beneath iron plates. Long spears rested in their hands. Their faces were hidden behind visored helmets, but John could feel their gaze lock onto him. They didn't speak. They charged. "Wait!" John shouted, backing up. The spears lowered. There was no hesitation, no warning, pure hostility. His breath hitched. His mind screamed to run, but his body froze. Instinct saved him. John's right hand dove into his jacket. Cold polymer, familiar grip. A G17 handgun appeared in his hand as naturally as if it had always been there. He didn't remember acquiring it, but he knew how to use it. The first shot echoed through the castle hall like thunder. The bullet struck one soldier in the chest plate. The man staggered but did not fall. John fired again, and again, and again. His hands shook violently, his aim wavered. He wasn't counting shots, only reacting. 8 shots. The first soldier collapsed after the fifth, armor clanging against stone. The second fell moments later, a crimson stain spreading beneath him. Silence returned. John stood there, chest heaving, gun still raised. He had played shooting games, watched videos, even practiced at ranges. But this was the first time he had ever shot a human being. His knees nearly gave out. He forced himself to breathe. In, out, in. His hands trembled, but he didn't drop the gun. Slowly, cautiously, he approached the bodies. That was when it happened. From each corpse, a small sphere of light emerged, soft, pale blue. They floated upward, hovered for half a second, then shot straight into John's chest. He gasped, stumbling backward. No pain, no heat, just a strange sense of weight, like numbers being added somewhere he couldn't see. What the hell was that? He stared at his hands. Nothing had changed, but deep down he knew something had. Suppressing his fear, John knelt beside the bodies. He searched them quickly. finding crude coins, rations wrapped in cloth, and insignias bearing a crest he didn't recognize. "This really is another world," he murmured. The elevator remained untouched behind him. Strangely enough, as more armored figures passed at the far ends of the hall, none of them reacted to the elevator. Their eyes slid past it, as if it didn't exist, as if only he could see it. The next 2 hours blurred together. John moved cautiously through the castle. Every encounter followed the same pattern: soldiers attacking on sight, monsters lurking in dark corners, crude traps hidden in corridors. And every time he killed something, light returned to him. By the end, his fear dulled. Replaced by cold focus, survival demanded it. Exactly 2 hours after stepping out of the elevator, a sharp vibration pulsed around his wrist. A metallic bracelet materialized out of thin air, locking gently into place. A soft mechanical voice echoed in his mind.
Trial complete. New user verified. Welcome, elevator operator.
A translucent interface flickered to life above the bracelet. Points. 12, John exhaled slowly. So, that's what the lights were. The interface displayed a single instruction: return to the elevator to claim a free ability draw. He didn't hesitate. The moment he stepped back inside, the elevator hummed again. The touchscreen lit up for the first time, alive with symbols, options, and a spinning selection wheel. John tapped Ability Draw. The screen flashed, then stopped. Ability acquired. Hawkeye enhanced visual clarity, extended range, improved target acquisition. The world sharpened, stone textures became crisp. Torch flames revealed individual sparks, even distant cracks in the walls stood out clearly. John let out a shaky laugh. Okay, I'm not dead, not dreaming, and definitely not normal anymore. He leaned against the elevator wall, sliding down until he sat on the floor, gun resting in his lap, eyes closed. Outside, the castle waited. And above him, countless floors unknown.